Not the Humpty Dump. Anime show. What is going on, everybody? It is me. It is the Biggles, and we're going to be talking anime. I am Sporking News Podcast. This is Sporking News. If you are new to the channel, please subscribe, like, share. Let us know you're here in the comments. We're over on YouTube and Rumble. And with me tonight, as always, even though this is only our second show and we've missed two of them because of me, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, maybe three. Biggles Mets, how are you, buddy?
Hello, I am not Sporking News Podcast, but we are on Sporking News Podcast. I am Biggles. Yes, so we're here to talk about anime. We're going to talk about a good one, as you can see by me, and then we're going to talk about one that I absolutely hate, and I want to fight Sporking for making me watch it, because I had already stopped watching it after one episode, and I was like, this is awful. But
look,
yeah.
Dude, I always give shows now. Any anime I watch, I realize I have to give it a 3-show minimum, unless it's like the artwork doesn't do it for me or something like that. But like some of the older ones, I know people like this is, oh no, but some of the older ones, like the artwork is hard for me. Like the humongous eyes for the girl, you know, and they're like, what Blood Trinity. I like it. I think it's Blood Trinity. I like it, but that's like the end of that artwork where like the girl's eyes are huge and everybody's kind of comic-y. Like I like not like super realistic, like behind you's the type of artwork I like. Yeah.
Well, I also chose a funny scene in the show. So she doesn't normally look like this, by the way. She looks a lot different. But yeah.
Explain what's happening there.
Oh, so Senpai, I don't remember how to say like her actual name. It's like Unakami or something like that. I don't know, but they call her Senpai all the time. So she sees Usato working out, and she sees his abs, and she's like, "Oh my god!" And she like gets all like girly, where she's like, "Ooh, boys," you know, and like lifts up his shirt, and it's like, abs. Like, when did you get so hot? You know?
I like it. Yeah, it's one of those shows, man. Yeah, how do you pronounce her name? Is it because is it Sunzanu? Well,
no, I think it's Unakami, INU, and then KAMI, which is Kami. So I think it's Inukami. But I don't know how to pronounce Japanese words correctly, but I do know Kami is like God, and I believe there is a guy who has a very similar last name on the Japanese World baseball team. So that's how I know how to say that. Oh, you froze. All right, so Sporking has froze. He is not here. So yeah, Unakami is the girl right here behind me, and then it's Kazuki, I think. Yeah, Kazuki, I think, right here, and then Usato right here. Now, these three characters, they are two of them are on the student council, and one's just like kind of a slacker, Usato, right here. And he ends up, or all three of them end up being summoned back to this world that they're in now. And Kazuki or Kazuki and Unakami are the ones that are chosen to be a hero, and they're like, oh, well, only the heroes could hear the sound, and Usato ends up hearing the sound, or doesn't hear the sound, so he's not one of the heroes. So they end up testing the magic, and they're like, well, maybe you have magic too. And his magic turns green. Now, green is the symbol for healing magic. And they're like, oh no, don't tell her. And everybody's, or like anybody who's watching the show is like, who's her? We need to know who her is. Well, that ends up being Rose. So I can't share anything because I am not the host. But what happens is that Rose is like this former knight who is the leader of the rescue squad. She has green hair and she's a total badass, and she like kicks the shit out of almost everyone. And she finds out Usato has healing magic, and that is where we kind of get the name Wrong Way to Use Healing Magic. She basically takes him and says, you're going to join the rescue team. And that yellow shirt that he's wearing right now is part of the rescue team uniform. So she takes him and starts to train him to be the one who leads the healing magic. Hail chat. I see the chat is going off. I do love the world building in Wrong Way to Use Healing Magic. I do as well. A Money Wilson. So when Sporky gets back, I can like kind of rip off him a little bit more. But like it starts off as they're dragged into this other world, and then the second episode is actually called The Training from Hell Begins. And I don't remember if that's the one where she sends him into the forest or if that's a little later. But he's like, oh no, like not her, not my monster of a leader, like captain. And Rose like puts him through hell, and he has to like grow stronger. And what's really cool about Wrong Way to Use Healing Magic is that he uses it to fight, because he's not very good at actually healing anybody other than himself. And we do get to see that a little. What's anime? Well, anime is basically Japanese animation culture, Casino. It was a nice touch that the MC didn't hear bells. Yes, because the MC is not one of the heroes, so it's really cool. And I think so too. Sporking is having computer issues. Sorry. Be back in a few. All right. But yeah, this is an isekai for those of you that haven't caught on already, because they are transported to another world. Isekais are more towards men. So we actually have Biggles Take Con. Who's Scott? We came to see you. All right, good. Who needs sporking anyways when you can have a Biggles? This is sporking. I make sure to have sporking on all the shows just in case he's not here, because that way he is alive and well in our hearts or on our chests. So we get more into just so you guys know, I get very distracted by chat. So if you guys write something, I want to reply. That's just how I stream. So I end up losing what I'm saying. So I don't think. Okay, so episode 2 doesn't actually go into the forest yet. I think that is a little later in episode 4 or 5. No, okay, so he goes into. So we skip a couple episodes because I don't really remember what happened, but or I think I just mixed them all together. Now they get into the forest where they end up fighting this snake-like creature, and the snake-like creature is part of the demon lord or demon realms like creation. Like they created this character, and it was like a big villain in the last war that they had, which I think they said is like 10 years ago. It's an okay guess to say 10 because I don't remember exactly, but anime tends to use like 10-year gaps a lot. So it's a good guess to say 10 years. Sporking's back. Okay, good. Good. Who sells
I've been here
seashell
the whole time. I don't know what you're talking about.
by the seashore? Yeah, yeah. So it's
Yeah, let's screw
Unakami.
Lodanos. Okay. Let's go this way. And I hear you through your. Okay, there you go. Thank you for holding the. I really hope that doesn't happen again.
Yeah,
I told
well,
you it was acting a little weird, but yeah, that power supply sometimes sucks. But I want to go back to episode 1 because I
okay.
think that was a big. I don't know who wrote the part with the bells. A money.
That
Wilson?
was A Money Wilson. Yeah.
A Money Wilson. I thought that was an awesome part too. Usually in an isekai, when they're being like, the person, a lot of isekais are like either they die and then the gods give them a second chance, or
Mhm.
a different.
Oh, he got cut out again. Or a different realm that they are sent to. And I'm sorry. I can't keep it straight. In order. in order to save the world that they are summoned to. So yeah, we went back to episode 1, and they were in the student council except for Usata, and I already said that. So yeah. So back to where I was before this. Oh my god, that's so great. I'm gonna take a screenshot of that because that is hilarious. And I might make that as a thumbnail. Who knows? I'll use that as a thumbnail. That is hilarious. The anime gods has failed Sporking today. Okay, this is great. So we end up fighting the snake, which I think is so episode is 4 is you think is the snake. As the demon threat looms over the kingdom, Captain Rose decides high time for Usato to taste of what healer's job is like on the battlefield. She tests his resolve both mentally and physically. Okay, so yeah, 4 is when they fight the snake, and then 5 is when I think they get launched somewhere because they're on like a mission with the heroes, and he's going there to train. And Unakami or Senpai, I'll just call her Senpai because it's easier to say. Senpai and Usato end up going back to the forest, and this episode 5, you actually get a lot of backstory. You find out that she is really happy that she's going to be in this world because in the other world, she didn't feel like she was in the right place because she sounds like she's a big fan of isekais. And in the world, like in Japan, she didn't feel like she was being who she was. She felt like she had to be who everybody else wanted. Oh, look, he's on his phone.
Yeah, I'm good. I don't know if I'm muted. I can't even hear. Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Okay, so I'm going to give that computer a couple minutes to rest. Cool down a little bit. I don't know why it's doing what it's doing, but please go on because I haven't heard a thing you've said yet.
Okay, so episode 5, you really get some backstory with Senpai and Usato because she felt like she did not fit in because she always had to meet other people's expectations, and it wasn't who she was. So she was doing what society wanted her to do rather than what she wanted to do. And that is very culture like in Japan, where it's you got to be unified as basically one
Right.
group rather than individuality, which is here. So we like that here. I don't know if Japan is very accepting of episode 5, but who knows?
I was wondering that actually.
I
Like,
think the show is terrific.
Oh, the show is amazing. I was wondering that too with that episode. It seems to be that in all these different animes, you always have like the class president, and they are like the ones that run the school pretty much when it comes to student life. I was student council president in my school, and all I got us was like a vending machine, and we were able to wear shorts when it was hot.
Was it this vending machine?
I love that vending machine. I want to cuddle up with him. Foxo!
He's basically the brave little toaster, but
he really is. He really is. But for her to come out and in this their culture, and as a female too, I mean, it was a strong moment. Like, she doesn't want to live that lifestyle. She never felt like anything was a challenge. Wasn't that what it was? Like, she just was that good. And like, she just felt so not, I guess it was like, there was no joy or excitement because she was always the best one in the class, which in our culture right now, we would think, oh my God, that's so SJW, that's so woke, but they do it so well in anime. Like, you believe her. She is the best in her class when it comes to stuff. And now she gets the chance to not live what she thought was like a dead end life of, I'll start working for a company at mid-level, working up the ladder, blah, blah, blah. Like, she now could be an adventurer.
Mm-hmm. But I also think you're a little wrong there where you would say we would think it's woke, because when we get good storytelling in we don't think it is. Like, I know, like, the stupid people will say, oh, if Eowyn came out today, everybody would call it woke. But if you like pay attention to the story and you see all the growth, all the training she's done, and then you realize that Mary stabbed the Witch King with the blade that can hurt him, allowing her to kill him, you would be like, oh, okay, that's just good writing, right? And that's what this show does too. I believe it is very well written.
Yes.
So there is.
No, I agree with you with that. I'm just saying, when you just say, yeah, she's a girl, top of the class, bored with like how her life is going, like, we're in a tense time where everyone just automatically jumps. And with anime, like, you're right. It's all about the depth of the product. Like, we have such shit coming out of Hollywood. You have to almost like sit back and wait for the moment. You're like, okay, when is this going to be turned against me? But like, when it comes to anime, I rarely go into it thinking, okay, this girl's going to be a girl boss. No, they show her vulnerable sides. They show that she could be beat. I like how they do it in anime, and they do it really well in this show.
Yeah, and they also the Black Knight is a girl. And I don't think I thought that when like they first introduced her.
I did.
I didn't pick up the voice, I think, of like the first time, mainly because it was I think by the time I got to the Black Knight character, the dub hadn't been out for that yet, so I had the sub thing, and I don't pick up a lot of the changes in voices when I'm watching sub, because I have to focus so hard on reading because I'm dyslexic and I can't read very well. So I have to like focus on the reading that I miss a lot of stuff. So that's why I prefer dub, even though I was like, some dubs are so bad that I'm like, I'll just watch the sub.
No, I agree with you on that. But it wasn't the very first time we saw her, because it was only for like a second. But the next episode, I believe she talks more, and I caught it pretty quick in, even because I haven't watched this dubbed yet. So I'm going back and going to watch it dubbed because I couldn't wait. Like that was me. It's one of those shows. It's just one of those shows where I enjoyed it so much I couldn't wait for the dub to catch up to where I was. So I think I'm going to go back and watch it this week, dubbed. I think that would be kind of cool. I'm trying to start my computer up again. We'll see what happens.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. And then in the chat, A Money Wilson says the senpai, she was showed to be flawed, which would not be woke as well. And then
Yes.
Later on, or no, earlier, the amazing school president, the girl, she isn't Miss Perfect. She is geeking out, is funny as fuck, makes great. Yeah, that's my favorite part of her as a character, is that she really wanted to be in this world, and she geeks out harder than everybody else. She's like, you have that power? Oh my God. Like, that would be me if awesome. I got sent to another world. I'd be like, oh my God, I have a power? Like, yeah, that would be cool. But yeah, episode 8, I think is when I first started watching it. Was like episode 8 had just came out, so I got all the way through episode 7, and episode 8 is when we get Rose's backstory. So
we're gonna try this again.
Oh, look, you're back.
Yes,
I was like, there's 2 of them, and we got Culture in here now too.
I'm just here to be Ed McMahon when Scott dumps out again.
Yeah, thanks, man.
Thank you.
Goddamn power supply sometimes. I don't know if it's the power supply or what, but it hasn't happened in so long. And then it has to be the night that poor Biggles is by himself. So thank you for holding. You held up really well, man.
You did great. I'm just here to ask you questions because I've seen neither of these.
Yeah,
you know, and I like I said, I mean, I love what I love in anime, so listening to other people have passion about it is cool. But I'll just be here to like ask questions for when Scott's computer dies.
I appreciate that. Thank you.
Perfect. And I'm also I've been also doing my anime show by myself, and the amount of times chat gets me off track that I don't remember what I'm even talking about is very normal. So I'll actually be talking about My Hero on Monday. And I guarantee my chat is going to troll me so hard that I lose all concentration on what I was talking about. But we have episode 8, and that is when we get Rose's backstory. I forgot the purple-haired girl's name, but she ends up being one of my favorite characters, even though she's only in it 2 episodes. She's kind of insecure about herself because Rose puts her in charge of her people when she's not there, and she's like, I'm not you, I can't do this. But all of her people believe in her. She fights to try to save them all, and if the other person,
let's slow down for a second. It's a flashback episode.
Yes,
so
flashback.
This is a flashback episode where we find out Rose because Rose is she will not kill anyone. She'll kick the living crap out of everybody. She's like the most hardcore person in the whole show, but she doesn't seem to get really close to people. She trains people, like they make her come off like she's like this villainous good person, but really it's just she doesn't want to see more people die. And we see this flashback when she was a commander, a general, I guess, in a way, of one of the parts of the military, and her small knit group of soldiers, they fall into not a trap, they just run into like demons that weren't supposed to be there. And this one demon is very powerful. And all right, now you can go with what you
say. So the demons that they ran into that weren't supposed to be there, they were collecting animals or like to use as like weapons or whatever, and collect like their strength. So that's why they were there. And you see like this big battle, and if they didn't run into that demon that's basically Rose level strong, they would have like wiped the floor with her, or wiped the floor with them. And Rose, it turns out that Rose loses her eye because the weapon that she was hit by was a weapon that takes away, like, you can't heal it.
You can't use your magic. Maybe it was like
it's one of those weapons that like negates magic on it. So like so if you were trying to use healing magic, basically. And so she now has this scar on her eye from it, and they basically that weapon like still haunts her to this day. That later on she's like, Usato, you got to stop just healing yourself. You need to learn how to dodge.
Yeah.
And that's getting ahead of us. And
Yeah, a little
there's still the big battle and the vision that is shared with Usato.
Yeah,
So,
I feel bad you went through the episodes by yourself, because there's a lot of stuff in those episodes that I really liked. You know, like things that maybe you didn't pick up on too. But this whole episode lets you know why she is training Usato so hard, because she swears to herself she will never have another one of her soldiers die, and she needs, like, this purple haired girl who I can't remember her name off the top of my head. She was her like number one, and she wasn't strong enough to be her number one, even though she was. I mean, she sacrificed her life so Rose would live. But Usato has the ability to actually be equal to her, if not greater. And you know, and it shows you that, was it an accident that he went into this world? Even though he didn't hear the bells, he was not one of the people that was supposed to be called when they did that. Cause I think that's what I was talking about when I fell out last time, when they were doing that prayer to bring some heroes into their other world. You know, the senpai and what's his name again?
Kuzuki?
Kuzuki. Yeah. Kuzuki, I was going to say Kuzumasa or something like that, but Kuzuki, like, they both are like, can you hear that? Can you hear that? And Usato can't, but it's almost like he was meant to be there, because that power is so rare, and the amount of power he has is so rare. And it's really not just about the magic. It's about his will not to lose. You know, in our world, he was kind of settled, not being one of the best students and this and that, but in this world, it wasn't even like he meant to. It's just he loved competition, and he wasn't going to lose to Rose. He wasn't going to let her see him, you know, be weak. And we come to find out everything she did, it was all because she lost a family of soldiers. They were like our family, you know. And it's a powerful episode of what a lot of people joke with me and like, you're watching cartoons. No, man, that was a really deep episode. You learn something about this character. There is more character development in 12 episodes of an anime than we see anymore in Hollywood for the majority of things.
So her name is Aul. Now I don't know how to say that. So, and I watched it in sub.
Aul. Yeah, I listened to it too, and I can't remember how they said it.
Yeah, I don't know how to say it correctly, but it's Aul.
Do you agree with A. Money Wilson's question here? There are very few great isekai, because you know me, I love isekai.
So I am not sold on isekai as a genre compared to my friends that are like, oh, this is the greatest thing ever, right? Like, I have Boxo here. I bought this as a joke.
I love Boxo.
This is not a good anime, and it's
I love that anime. I love it.
I think
it's funny.
I think ReZero is really good, but Subaru is a pain in the ass until death number 14.
Oh, he drives me nuts.
And then he finally doesn't have a butthole relapse with his growth.
Yeah, because he was like Thor in the MCU, where he would grow, and then the next movie he was back to being a doofus, and then he'd grow in like Ragnarok, and then back to being a doofus. You know, like. Yeah, he drove me nuts in ReZero.
Yeah, so I think ReZero is really good. I think this one is really, really good. And then there's some that are just awful. Like, you would think they try to be good, but they're just awful. Like, a lot of isekais are just like, hey, I have a harem now. How to rebuild?
They're not.
Yes, they are. Yes, they are.
Some are very haremful.
Yes.
Some are like those ideas of like the Ring King. That's a harem.
Wait a minute. You're watching what do they call that? Hentai? It's
a no, it's not porn. But it is like one male character. And
wait a minute, can you say porn on YouTube?
We just did.
Oh,
But
Yeah.
no, there is a show called Harem in a Labyrinth of Another World. So that's a harem.
Yeah.
And it's always weird. I can't watch those shows. Like it's kind of tough. It's like I don't want to watch a naked cartoon. I do like the ones where you got a young man who doesn't even realize the girls are falling in love with him. Like that's kind of funny. But
Because he's dumb.
Because he's an idiot, but he's not. He's just socially awkward. Like there's a new one. I was reincarnated as the seventh prince, so I can take my time or something like that. That one's not too bad.
So Ichi, I think that's how you say it, is like the mainstream anime with the nudity and the fan service. Yeah, so that is like some isekais.
So is fan service a fancy word for saying porn?
Well, it's a fancy.
No, it's like softcore.
It's a fancy word for boobies everywhere.
Yeah, but sometimes,
but like clothed boobies or like not clothed.
Not
boobies?
always. Not always.
So it's porn.
No, because there's no like penetration or any. Like right now the Tales the Ring King one, Tales of I think it's Tales of Wedding Rings. That's an isekai, and you actually see nipples, and it's kind of weird.
Is that like docking?
Almost.
No, I have not tried, but I know what you mean. Like you Rumpelstiltskin? Yeah, Rumpelstiltskin. But there are some good ones. And I think like they have a new one, Re-Monster. The guy gets reincarnated as like a goblin or something. That one's decent. It only has one episode, but it's good. What else? Let's think.
But so one that I really like that's an isekai is How a Realistic Hero Rebuilt the Kingdom.
Awesome.
It talks about economics, and it talks about like psychology.
That's every kid's favorite.
Yeah, it's definitely my
economics,
favorite.
Dude.
But
these are all made for kids.
It basically has a harem, and it has girls with big boobs. So kids or young boys are going to be like, yeah, I like this, and then they get to learn about economics, so that's cool too.
But there's other Shangri-La Frontier is good. That's an isekai. Even like, there now is it an isekai if it's female based, like Dr. Ellis? That's an isekai, right?
Yeah, like Tanya.
The
Evil Saga of Tanya is an isekai.
I saw I, Tanya on Netflix.
That's a different. No. That's
no. Out of Kerrigan's knee. That was amazing.
She did. That was I, Tanya. But this one would be even more evil. So
this is a World War I anime.
Yeah, World War I. Kind of
magic.
But with magic. Tisa Kumichi, Moonlight Fantasy. That's another one that's great. Seventh Time Loop is kind of a good one. You got the Villainous Level 99. That's kind of funny.
Like Luke
Skywalker funny?
No. Well, I mean, he drinks milk out of green milk out of a titty cow or whatever. So
yeah, he does. So, Trapped in a Dating Sim. That's a good one. Campfire Cooking in Another World with My Absurd Skill. Good one. I got a bunch of them, buddy. The Reincarnation of the Strongest Exorcist in Another World. Great. I'm
going to have to watch these and like debunk all of your
bring it on, man. Ascension of a Bookworm. Very good. No, you're not going to stop me. The Ice Blade Sorcerer Shall Rule the World. Good. I don't know if that's an isekai. Yeah, didn't I say to make my abilities average in the next life? Good. The Saint's Magic's power is
why are these titles like 7 weeks long?
Because it's like 1970s rock bands like Moonbone Jim and the Medicine Band. Or like The Rise of the Shield Hero.
Dio.
Yeah, Kiss sucked.
They're trying to pull you in with all these
Scott, just
Yes, I
just,
said it.
just
I
so
said it.
you know, no,
Mhm.
calm down. Just so you know, Kiss sold their entire catalog for $300 million today. So yes, they
Yeah.
suck.
Oh
Well
no,
done.
but I think they suck. That's all that matters.
Oh, all right. You don't
Yeah.
need me anymore. You seem
I
to
love
not
you,
be
dude.
killing your
No,
computer.
this is fun. I actually, I must have just had to give it a break, but dude, I have to say, Culture,
Yeah.
thank you.
Oh, no.
Stay. I would love you to stay, but I really, if
All
you
right.
are going to go, I want to say thank you. I know you
Oh,
have a
no.
show tonight, so
Yeah, no problem. Yeah, no, and I'm actually editing a video that is gonna be big,
uh-huh.
big. So
Oh, are you still going with? Is it still part of that first video?
no, that one, oh no, I'm still working on that. You have no idea how deep that rabbit hole
I
is.
know. I can't
Holy
wait.
cow.
I can't
Yeah,
wait.
I was like I was like, wow, you are really corrupt, Will Smith. Or somebody that works for you is really
Yep.
corrupt.
Yep.
It's wild. Okay, all right. I'll see you guys
All right.
later.
Love you, man. Thank you
All right,
so much.
man.
It's the
Little
Dune 2
Chad,
all
what?
over again.
Yeah, does little Chad let's watch Isekai? He can jump on. I know he's a smart guy.
He watches more anime than I do. But
Now let me ask you a question here.
Hold on. Before
Yeah,
the
I'm
question,
sorry, buddy.
Little Chad wrote, "How are you sleeping on Konosuba?" I have not watched it yet. I've watched Isekai Quartet, so I kind of know how the characters are, and I kind of
Which one?
think it's a little Konosuba. It's the one with Aqua. You know, the blue-haired goddess girl that everybody and Darkness. So I know how the characters are, and I kind of
it's hilarious.
Don't want to watch it, but if I have to do a show on it here, I will watch Konosuba. Right?
I like what is that pyramid scheme. I love what you're saying. Jobless Reincarnation is a great one. I love that one. Remonster. I only seen one episode, but it seems like you're saying the manga's really fun, so I'm excited to hear that. I love Konosuba. I am so bad at like English words, and now I'm trying to do this. But there was that one he said, and if you can send little Chad the link, that'd be awesome. Where is it? I agreed with you. I asked this question of multiple people, and they said because it's in another, like you may not be in another world, but you're in the computer game. I didn't think so. Maybe they meant just like online, Sword Art Online, because they were actually like forced to be in that game as like almost an isekai. I agree with you. Shangri-La Frontier isn't isekai, but I've been told it was, so that's why I said that. But I'm glad somebody else kind of dropped that because I like that. He says Tanya the Evil is elite fiction. Yeah, it is. It's great, but it is an isekai. She is from another world, correct?
Yeah, it's a businessman who gets pushed in front of a train.
That's right.
Which is very common in Japan, apparently, because that happens in a lot of games. It even happens in Persona 5 Tactica. They push the person in front of a train. And
yeah, there's another one I can think of too. I'll think of it. Reincarnated as a Sword. I loved. That was great.
I just finished watching it.
That was great. I don't High Dive. I don't have a membership anymore, or I don't pay for it anymore. So I haven't really been keeping up, but there was another show, something The Shadow. That was great.
Emerence the Shadow.
Yeah,
that's an
awesome.
isekai too. I haven't started that one yet, but that's one that you told me when we were talking about Black Clover on my channel.
Yeah. I did bring that up, didn't I?
Yeah.
I'm pretty smart like that. Okay, I'm not. Brandon the anime guys, check out his channel. I have to have you on, man. We'll set up something. Let DM me or Biggles with like shows that you're really into right now, and we'll try to do something next week or the next week. Something like that. And let's see. Death Note is a great show. Yeah. This is great. I love people that are into this. Yes, that is a great one.
I sent the link to Little Chad on Twitter, so if he wants to jump in, he can.
Eminence and Shadow was. I got to watch that again because it was so good. I don't think it was dubbed when I watched it. So if it's dubbed now, that'd be kind of fun to watch. So where were we we were still in that episode with the flashback?
Yeah, I think we were just like finishing the flashback.
Okay.
And so they say it's pronounced like all.
Okay.
Is or at least that's what it looked like from chat.
All. Okay.
So all is the purple hair girl, and basically they all die, and that's why she's like so like we have to save everyone now. We can't lose anybody else. And they all fight to the death to try to like help Rose
They
win.
all.
They all, yeah, and they all get behind all in the fighting, and yeah, it was a really sad episode, and I grew to like these characters better than some of the main characters that we were meeting, right?
Oh yeah.
But the characters in here are just so good that you're like, no, like even the random guards like that fight on the thing, like
yes,
so good.
I don't know the guard he asks to go with him on the mission at the end, but I love that guy. And even what he said, like I told myself I'd protect one thing, and this is this like this castle, and I will protect that. Like he just had a powerful moment. Like they do not slack on and that's huge with me in anime when the main character's good, but the rest of them don't hold up, and if the voices sometimes don't make me feel like they match with what that person's persona should be, I kind of like go because like I have been doing a lot of reading, sub, and then you go to dub, and I'm like, that doesn't feel like that's like Rose in this. That is her voice. We were discussing there was 2 episodes in the most recent Moonlight fantasy or whatever that one is, where he can't speak English. He can only speak like all the demi-human names or languages. Oh shoot, what is that show? I
haven't watched it, so I can't help you.
You haven't? I thought we talked about this. It Moonlight.
I haven't watched it.
You have, you son of
a I haven't watched it. I am fairly
You're trying to embarrass me in front of everyone.
I'm fairly new to anime. I mean, I've been watching it forever, but I didn't know it was like anime, like Dragon Ball Z, Sailor Moon, Gundam Wing, like all of those shows that were on Toonami I watched. But
I'm only a couple years into, so
it wasn't until I met Lethal that I started watching them, and then I just watch animes that my friends tell me to watch. Like Brandon, that anime guy, on one of his streams, they were talking about Bodacious Space Pirates. Now, I don't know if you've ever seen Bodacious Space Pirates, but it sounds like it's going to be full of fan service, and it's not. It's just this girl like becomes a pirate because her father was a pirate, and she inherits the pirate ship, and it's basically her and her classmates on the ship club or whatever. And they basically do pirate stuff, and it's
I'm down with that. I'll give it. Like I said,
it's pretty
give
funny.
Anyone of a chance. But it was Moonlight, or so it's Tukamichi Moonlight Fantasy. So that's one of my. It's in its. I think it's second season I'm watching. And I love the show. This guy, like the goddess, thinks he's too ugly to go to her planet. But like the god of our world sent him there because it was an accident that he died, of course. So she makes it that he can only speak to demi-humans, and demons cannot speak to humans. And every human he meets, they're like, "Oh my God, what happened to your face?" And it's just his normal face. But like the dragon is a very famous dub American actress and voice actress, and there was 2 episodes this season, and I guess something happened with her mom that they couldn't wait, I guess, to dub her voice. So like they literally changed it to another voice actress for 2 episodes, and it sounded nothing like her. And that's something that bothers me. I'm like, dude, you couldn't wait.
Do you know when the first dub happened?
No. Voltron?
When the first season, it's the one you're talking about. When did the first season come out?
Was it 2 years ago? Give me 1 second. It was.
Because I might be able to know which voice actress it is by the story you were telling. But yeah,
Well,
they
this
do.
was this season, so it just came out. Like this last season. So
Oh, okay. Then it's
2023, late
then
23, early 24.
then it's not who I'm thinking of. But
I'll give you.
there is. Do you know who? I'm trying to think of his name real quick. Do you know the voice of Deku, Justin Briner?
I know Deku. Yeah.
Okay, so he's the voice of Luck in Black Clover. He's the voice of
Who in Black Clover?
Luck.
Oh, Luck. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So he's Luck and Deku, right? Justin Briner.
Yep. Great voice actor.
You know Belle, right? From
Yes.
Damachi. Is it wrong to try to pick up a girl in the dungeon?
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
Okay. So I got to meet both of them, and my friend mixes up Justin and Bryson all the time.
Mhm.
And I got to meet Bryson before I met Justin, like a month later.
Mhm.
And I was like, my friend always mixed you up with Justin Briner, but you can always tell because the way you deliver lines is different, right? And Bryson was like, yeah, I have a little more like distinguished high voice than Justin Briner. Well, He was like, well, there was an episode of Damachi where I couldn't actually be there to record, and they had to get the dub out because it had to be out in that week. So they called in Justin to do a voice match. And so Justin came in and he did all the voicing for it, right? To match Belle's voice in it because they sound very similar. And Bryce is like, yeah, I got back like the day before, and they made me re-record all of Justin's lines. So there was going to be an episode where it was going to sound more like Deku and Luck than it was going to sound like Belle. And he got back at the last day and he had to re-record all of the lines that Justin had just done. Oh, okay, yeah, Monica, yeah, okay.
Yeah, she has Monica has it. Is it Monica Ryle?
I don't know how to say your last name correctly.
Rial.
But it's the voice of Bulma. From Dragon Ball Z. Yeah.
But she is like her voice. It's her.
Yeah.
And the woman, and they don't even list the woman that switched with her for 2 episodes. But it's completely like soft spoken, not with that like kind of deeper voice she has. I was.
She was using the deeper voice. Because she uses like a high pitch, really annoying one in a lot of the isekais, and I fucking hate sometimes when she's in them.
Like which one?
At least I hate her character. World's Strongest. She plays the vampire, and it's just fucking annoying. I hate that vampire.
World's Strongest.
From Commonplace to the World's Strongest.
Oh, maybe I have seen that, haven't I?
Hajime's pretty cool as a main character, but like. The relationship with the vampire is fucking annoying. I really don't like vampires. They annoy me as like characters and like monsters and
that's her.
Yeah,
the little blonde vampire. Oh, I didn't even realize that. I love that show. That's a great one.
I hate that one.
Oh, I love the show.
I like some of the characters, but I don't like it.
Who's the male voice actor in that? Do you know off the top of your head?
Hajime's voice actor.
You're so good at remembering names, dude. I am terrible.
I don't remember.
He has that kind of
but the funny thing is I only remember Hajime's name and then Tio the dragon. And the reason why I remember the dragon's name is because the voice actress Morgan, I forget the rest of her name. She's got like one of the hottest voices in anime. Like if you've ever watched Heavy Object, which was only on Funimation, she voices Felicia. Yeah, you're right. That's her name. But she's like she's the one who they're like, will you please step on me? And she's like, if you do this right, I will step on you. And she's also the voice of Rico in Attack on Titan. So like she just has she's from the Garrison or not Garrison, not the MP, but the the ones that are inside the wall.
Okay.
Is it the Garrison?
Oh no,
Court?
the MPs, right?
No, not the MPs, the other ones.
The
if
Ranger.
Is it not the Survey Corps, not the MPs? It might be the Garrison Corps. I think that
Yeah.
might be what it's called.
Or the military.
Yeah. But she is like she's a captain, and like two of her members die when Troth is taken, or Trost is taken. So like her voice is just like fucking hot. So I remember her characters' names.
I saw Monica Rial is in that heavy. Okay, she is in Heavy Objects.
She might be Melinda.
She's Oho.
Oho?
Yeah. Oho.
Okay, so she's the character who's like she pretends to be like this chick with like Triple H titties, and she's just like a little girl.
Yeah. Well,
like yeah.
Now I swear I feel like I've seen this one.
It's actually pretty good. Like,
what's
the two
it about
main
again?
boys. Okay, so these two main boys are in like in the military.
Yeah,
and they like kill something by themselves, and then once they kill the thing, they end up being like, oh well, you guys killed these pretty efficiently, and they've basically become part of this team that has to go around with the heavy unit, which it's a mech anime. So they're like fighting other wars. Yeah.
Okay.
So they go around and they basically fuck up the other mechs on foot while the other mech fights. It's pretty funny. And like Felicia, which her name is, I think it's that, but because it sounds like a law, so I remember.
It's spelled so it's spelled like FROLAYTIA. Frolatia. I mean, Tia. Frolatia. I would think.
Oh yeah. But she's fucking, like, her voice is so hot because of Morgan's voice. But she's like the funny character, because she's like, if you get this done, I will step on you. Like, and they're like, yes, thank you. And they always get in trouble for having too much dirty magazines.
Yeah, that's so awesome.
It's a funny anime. And it actually has like some fun characters and stuff, but like I just remember her characters because of like her voice, which
she does have a good voice.
Which I do with a lot of voice actors. Like Rem's voice actor Brianna Knickerbocker is my favorite voice actress. So like if I hear her voice in something, I'm watching it no matter how bad it is.
Rem from ReZero?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Just making sure people know.
And then like that's why I play Grand Blue Fantasy as Narmaya only, because it's Brianna's voice. So I just play it all day.
That's awesome.
But they're like, why did I watch this fucking dumb anime? Well, Chris about the voice of Vegeta, Piccolo, and like 70 other Dragon Ball Z characters, voice of All Might, the voice of Captain Yami. He is the bear. And as soon as I heard his voice, I was like, I have to watch.
So I love her voice. She's in one that I've been watching recently, The Witch and the Beast. It's an interesting show. It's like a different world where you just kind of have to follow it for a couple episodes. Like there's witches are just usually purely evil, but there are also magic users and mages that are a little different. Different units that go after witches, and there's like 3 lineages of witches. Anyways, she's like a mage in the show, and she's in there for 2 episodes, so you might have to watch it.
I will have to watch it. But speaking of witches, we can jump into the show that I hate.
Done. Yeah,
I am very good at this. I know my stuff. So this, I'm just going to spoil it right off the bat. Basically, this show is Simp Seeks Revenge. Super Simp Seeks Revenge for killing Witch. Then it is Super Simp. Yep.
You know what? I'm going to mute and just let you go, and then I'm going to embarrass you.
Oh, yeah. Well, he's just so screamy little whiny Super Simp, okay? And then we got the second part, which this plot twist makes the show even worse than I thought it was. It is which war, or how did I say that before? Which wages war on witches to be pop star. Okay, she wanted to be a pop star, so she's brainwashed the king to have a war on witches, so there was no more women to steal her thunder, so she could be famous and be a pop star. That is the plot. That is what happens in episode 8. That is what happens in episode.
I know, but I don't think
that's
that's
show I have ever seen.
I don't think that's the whole amount of it. I think it goes a little deeper than that. But yes, she wants to be the empress, so everybody loves her. But
no,
yeah,
she doesn't want to be the empress.
She does. She comes off as
she says in the anime that she does not want to be an empress. She
erroneous.
Doesn't care about that. No, she does. I believe it's in episode 9.
You may be right. You may be right.
And she does not want to be. She's like, who cares about that? And then she goes on stage and she's a pop star. She's like, I want this. No, it's so she can be a pop
sick
idol.
In the head. I mean, that's what it's teaching you.
The whole show is because she wanted to be a pop star.
No, the whole show is because they killed his mentor.
Chloe. Yeah, Adonis wouldn't have got any revenge because it wouldn't have happened if she didn't want to be a pop star.
Well, you know what? How sad is it that an entire civilization of witches died for one crazy witch's dream of being a pop idol?
All these humans are dying because you killed a super simps. That's not.
He's not.
Yes,
dude,
it is.
She found him as a child and raised him, and then he was trapped for 10 years. And the last image he remembers is her, like being, like almost pretty much sexually assaulted, and then shot in the head. Like I would want revenge too. She had really nice boobies.
and I'm
not saying it's my favorite show, but I definitely didn't hate it. I like the chick he's with who gets her eyes poked out.
And her voice actress, I believe, is Caitlin Glass, who I got to meet last month. So
you hate Caitlin Glass?
No,
is that what you're saying?
Caitlin Glass died in the first episode. I hate when she dies.
I know.
They killed her in Attack on Titan too.
Man, who is she in Attack on Titan?
Petra.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh man, you are good with the names, and like I just watched the show and then I'm like, wait, what just happened that season? Like I am so bad at this. I'm so glad I have you. Slender, I sent you something.
Yeah, it's awful.
Yeah, King of Ruin. Bride of Slender, one of my favorite ever on my panel. She was so hilarious.
Out of the 12 episodes, 3 of them are good. When you get to the outlaws or whatever, like rescue them, and they're like, that's Adonis. We've known him since he was little. We met him with Chloe. And basically, if you look at how Chloe raised him, she wouldn't be happy with the way he's behaving.
Oh, God, no. God, no. No, but like he watched her like put on a happy face for him, but knew she was in so much pain. You know, like you get that in one of the episodes. Like she's she's cut up and bruised and hurting.
This show sucks. I hate it. It's so bad.
I gotta say his voice bothered me.
He's just a screechy, whiny bitch.
He really is. I actually I like the girl witch, even though she's like naive.
Dorkaka or something like that.
Dorkacon or something like that. Yeah,
it's Dorkaka.
Dorkaka.
Doroka. But I've been calling her Dorkaka this whole time because
kind
she's
of what it sounds like, though. She's for anime, she's hot. That one weird. You want to talk about a simp? It was the other guy, the guy that like blinded her by ripping her eye, like stucking his thumbs in her eye.
He's not a simp. He's brain controlled.
Yeah, but he loves her. Yeah, I know. You have to
because don't you have the magic power that she uses to.
But don't you have to give up? Like no. He had to actually say when Chloe Dorkaka did it to the main guy. He actually had to give her Like the more you actually want this to happen, the stronger the power you get. That's what I got from it.
So basically, he
She simped the emperor.
she didn't want to do it. She didn't want to do it to him, right? She
Right.
didn't want to do it to him,
Right.
because that would be a bad thing. But she ends up doing it at the end. But the more love she puts into it,
Yep.
the stronger it is. So that's what happens. He went full on F those guys. I'm
Yep.
taking retribution for Chloe.
Yep, the
Yeah, he
emperor.
did.
Yep.
But it's fucking, the show sucks. Like the whole
I don't
story,
know if I can go as
the
far.
whole
There's worse
story-
animes, man. There's
Yeah,
way worse
well,
animes. I just
that
don't think
doesn't
it
mean
sucks.
those worse anime suck too.
I would give it a
There's
second season, see if it
more-
finds its legs. You know,
More things can suck, right? Like, there's plenty of shows that suck, and people are like, "Oh yeah," like Rings of Power, for example. Rings of Power sucks.
you just were talking about backstage how much you love that.
Yeah, right. So Rings of Power sucks,
Yeah,
right?
it sucks. It sucks.
But that
like,
doesn't mean that that other show that sucks doesn't suck. Like
Wait a
I don't.
Wheel of Time, because that sucks.
Yeah, because
but not
I
sucked
couldn't
as
e-
bad, maybe.
Yeah, because I couldn't remember the name of that shit because it
Yeah.
sucks, you know?
Yeah,
And,
but what's the difference between a rock and a feather?
probably how hard you can hit someone in the head with.
I think
Right?
you may know then. Okay. He said
Smash him with a rock rather than a feather.
the fight scenes after Fight on the Moon were way too short. Yeah. I don't know. It wasn't that fight with that one dude who was bewitched by the pop idol empress. Now when I say it out loud, it sounds ridiculous.
Yes.
And that was like 3 episodes long though. I think you're just a little mean though. I Bride of Slender says he went full off on those guys. I'm taking retribution for Chloe, and I agree.
Yeah, and they could have killed this guy multiple times, and I don't know why they didn't. Especially when all the magic was shut off and they jammed all the magic. Like, I understand the first time where they're like, "Oh, I have his head," and it was illusionary magic, right? Because it was a witch.
Right.
But he could have died so many other times, and because it's an anime and he's the main character, they're not.
Yeah,
kill
you
him.
know what pisses me off too? It's like his power is supposedly like as a human who doesn't have his own magic power, but he's able to use that
The feather
quill as like a conduit. But they say the written one is very powerful. Like he allows him, he's so nonchalant. Like that did piss me off. It's like, dude, you totally could have just like, you're so monologuing, just kill the motherfucker, you know?
Yeah, and then they also set stuff up that like you can only use this pen to get it all back. But like, what's her name's blind now? Why can't he just? You said the pen can do anything. Witch lady in the moon level.
I can't remember. I thought he gave her her eyes back at the end.
No, he wraps her up and they're like, "We're going to get your eyes back." But he could have just wrote it because that's how they wrote. They told the story how the pen works.
Yeah, the pen does work in
So
ways like he just has to think it right and write it out or some shit.
They ignore.
Okay, it's not that
all
great
the
of an
world.
anime.
They ignore all the world building that they have set up in this, and it just fucking annoys me that I fucking hate this anime.
I think I'm going to vote for it as many times as possible for like the anime awards, like the Crunchyroll
anime of the year.
Yeah, newest, best new anime.
Oh my god,
The Kingdom of Ruin.
Like there were other ones that you told me to watch that like my friend had already told me that they don't like them already.
Which ones? Talk to me.
That the one that starts with an M that's kind of like Harry Potter, where they go to like a wizard school or something like that. And they don't
dude, that show is hilarious.
And they don't actually do a lot of wizard stuff.
No, the best part is he has no magic power, and anyone with no magic is actually usually executed in that world. And the funny thing is like he uses his physical strength to fake like he has magic. But like, what's funny about that show is maybe, yeah. But what's funny about that show is everyone in that world like talks dramatically, and he's kind of just a doofus. And it's just like making fun of the other shows. That's kind of what I get from it. That's why I think it's hilarious. They'll all be like, I'm doing this for my sister, my parents disowned me, but she was the only one that ever loved me. And he's like, oh, okay. Do you want a cream pie? You know, like it's just dumb as hell, but it's hilarious. And I think your friends don't know anime. I'm just kidding. I'm kidding.
That's all they watch.
I liked it. I liked
else.
it. You got to give it a couple episodes, but he's like super strong. Like he always breaks doors because he's like, I forgot if this one was push or pull, you know, like just dumb shit. Like, but everybody else is so serious and he's just like, doesn't ever get it. It's just going over his head and it's freaking hilarious, man.
So Slender Dad has what I was told.
I love this show.
I was told. I haven't watched it yet. It's on my
what were you told?
Watch list. That I have to watch it. It's what?
Oh, okay. Okay. If you guys were gonna diss it, I was gonna get mad.
So there's this guy who is now a viewer on my channel who I met at the con, and he always dresses as the 10th Doctor, right?
Okay.
So he always goes to the cons as the 10th
talking
Doctor.
About Raj?
I don't know. Do you?
He's from Canada. Didn't he hang out with us?
No.
Okay, we'll talk.
It's not Big Raj.
Okay.
But he goes around to cons. He goes to cons around the country all the time. So he goes to like 20 cons a year.
Yeah.
And like that's kind of like his job. And he when he's not going to cons, he's watching anime all the time. And I have to watch Apothecary Diaries.
I like that one.
And Fearin. He said these two can actually make it onto his top 10 animes of all time. Yeah.
All time.
Yeah. And he says they're that good that they might be able to break his top 10 of all time.
Wow.
And he watches anime like all day.
Okay, me too.
When he's not.
But only for like the last like 3 or 4 years. That's all I watch. And I could say they're both very good. Yeah, I do go to work.
His job is to go to cons.
And I respect that. I could say they're both very good, but see, like they're very good animes. I don't know if they're in my top 10. That's a big one, but Furin is a very slow paced. It's a journey. You really have to like give it time to actually care about what's going on, but it's a great idea. Like an elf, like human lives mean nothing to them because they're so short, but yet one time in her life, maybe two, a group of humans and a dwarf made an impact on this 1,500-year-old elf. And it's a great show, but it's so freaking slow paced at times. But when they do the magic, it's intense. You know, so I can understand why you only got through 3. Now, but it's good.
I'm going to have to disagree, even though I haven't seen it. That it's the best anime that came out this year, because the new season of Kingdom just came out, and that shit is amazing.
Awesome.
It's amazing. Awesome. Now I don't know if you mean by new anime that came out, or if you meant like just like anime / season that came out.
What are you talking about?
Like when Slender Dad said is the best anime this year. Now I don't know if he means like new anime or like just in general, because the new season of
He's saying this year Kingdom's kicking ass, but that's like, is that going concurrent with? I think it started a little later in the season. But please finish, because I will agree with you on this.
Because the new Kingdom is fucking amazing. We're 13 episodes in, so it started like 13 weeks ago. I think it started January. It was supposed to start January 7th, I think. And it started on the 14th because something happened that they pushed it back a week. And since then, I want to go back and rewatch all of it. Like season 1 and season 2, the animation is not that good. But once it gets to 3,
the story is good.
Yeah, the story is great. Once it gets to 3, it's fantastic.
Yeah. I would say when he gets with the general, the one that that general, the one that gives him the poleaxe, like that right there, that starts the best part, and we're still in it. Like it's just, you know, the the war with the coalition of the other, like
Mhm.
just such good story. It's not always right on the main character. It's, you get to see like these different battles that are, I don't know how historically accurate they are, but they are a historical battle, true historical battle. And I find it really kind of cool. Hello, Deborah. How are you? Thank you for being here. But what I will say, yeah, to me, Kingdom is one of, like, if it's out of Isekai world, it's one of my favorite animes ever.
Yeah, it's
season
I have
5,
it.
yeah.
I have it in my top my top 5.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I really do. Just to let you know, we're trying to make Thursday nights a little bit of our anime night. I'm hoping we're going to get a couple of them in. We might also alternate twice a month, and then twice a month I might be doing just a one-on-one with Mad, because he's needy. Mad Mardigan's needy, and I only get 3 nights a week that I can stream. But I really enjoy talking anime with you, man. This is fun. Headless Ned Shorts, yeah. Love that name. But all right, let's say right now, the past year or two, top 5. And I mean, it doesn't have to be perfect, because I always forget shit. But what have been in your top 5 the last 2 years that, we'll say, that have come out in the last maybe 2 to 3 years?
That's kind of hard, because I don't know. I don't know when certain animes came out.
Well,
like,
okay, I'll even say just seasons that came out. So like things you really
love Goblin
enjoyed.
Slayer season 2. That came out end of last year. Goblin Slayer is
awesome.
King. Goblin Slayer is king to me. Don't tell me anything else. A new manga just came out, which I think is going to focus on Priestess, and I already pre-ordered it. I have every single manga that is available in English for Goblin Slayer. I have my scroll poster. I have my Priestess figure. I have the movie, which I bought. I have 2 of them because I bought. I fucking bought the Dutch version. Oops.
Yeah.
I have the season 1. I have so much Goblin Slayer stuff. I love Goblin Slayer. Goblin Slayer is.
What do you think of Faraway Paladin?
I think it's all right.
Yeah.
It's, you made me watch it.
Yep.
And when I say you made me watch it, you're like, yeah, we're going to talk about this. And then we never talked about it. And it was we are now. And it was like a long time ago. Will's a cool character. Like, I did not know. I accidentally started on season 2, and I was like, why is this considered an isekai? And then I was like, the description of this anime has nothing to do with what it says it is, right?
Right.
Because it says he was trained by the undead. And then I found out that I suck at life, and my Crunchyroll started on season 2, so I went back and watched season 1.
Yeah.
And I was like, man, the guy who's like his dad, right? The big, strong warrior dude.
Scar. No, not Scar. Yeah. Shit. But yeah, go ahead.
I was like, man, he's a pervert.
Blood.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was like, man, he's a pervert.
Yeah. What, the big bony dude? Blood is like he's a warrior. He's a dumb warrior, but he's honorable.
Because he was like, because Mary is like the mom, right?
Yeah, and she's like
because Blood and Mary are like kind of married or whatever, or at least at the end credits of season 5. That was probably one of the best scenes I've ever seen, where the after credits in episode 5 in Faraway Paladin,
when they're showing you
where they're like, oh, we'll have a son. Yeah,
that was a really good one.
Yeah, we'll have it. He'll be our son, and that was Will.
Yeah.
And he's like, you have to perv on this person who's like, or on Mary, and Mary's like his mom. So it's like, why are you having a perv on his mom? Like, what is wrong with you?
Not as biological. So let's leave it at that. I thought it was a great show. Another great one is 2 others that have come out in the last 2 years that I like. I'm not going top 5 anymore, because I can't place everything like you just said. Because like, I like Parallel World Pharmacy and like The Eighth Son, Are You Kidding Me, and stuff like that. But Skeleton Knight in Another World is good. a returner's magic should be special is something I really ended up liking a lot. It's about like the world has been destroyed. There's only a few magicians left. And most of them are like, you know, past nobles and princes and whatever. And there's just this one average guy who like they've all come to know he's one of the most powerful because he can like calculate and figure out your magic and dispel it. Well, somehow they kill like that in the very first episode, they kill the dragon that they have to kill. And something happens where he goes back to when he first started school, like 4 or 5 years prior. And like, he's seeing all these people that he knows that are dead and he saw them die like horrible deaths. And he's trying to figure a way to get them prepared for what's going to happen. It's a good series. Yeah.
So in the chat, Headless Ned Shorts
Yep.
has Blue Lock. Now I've watched Blue Lock, and as a sports guy, I think Ego's
Is that the
idea.
soccer one? Soccer
Yeah.
one? Okay.
Yeah, I think Ego's idea is fucking stupid. If you understand, like, if you knew, like, I don't know how to explain it in soccer terms, but like, if you're thinking like basketball, like the greatest player of all time is Michael Jordan, right?
Mm.
Well, it's like we're going to create James Harden and not Michael Jordan.
Oh, really?
James Harden is like, I am the system. I make the right, and he's like, I suck, right? I will never win a championship ever.
Yeah.
And Michael Jordan is like, yeah, I'm going to win.
Yeah.
And I'm going to make everyone around me better. And
Right.
Ego is just like, I'm going to make someone who just wants to score.
Okay.
Well, Shaq would be the greatest basketball player of all time if he wasn't a lazy shit. Okay.
Yeah. Wilt Chamberlain. I mean, that dude could score like it was nothing.
Yeah. But Shaq would be the greatest player of all time if he wasn't a lazy piece of shit. And
I wouldn't go that far. I mean,
Shaq and Kobe have like said that before.
Oh, Kobe to me, like everyone talks about, if we're going to sports, but only real quick. You know,
well, we're talking about a sports anime, so it makes sense.
Well, if anybody was like Jordan, it was Kobe, not James. Kobe lived, breathed, loved basketball. James he was physically gifted like no other, and he's plays great basketball. Don't get me wrong, but he doesn't have that soul that Kobe and Jordan have or had with Kobe.
Yeah, and then he also says Jujutsu Kaisen.
I love it.
Now Jujutsu Kaisen pisses me off because I kill all my favorite characters. Fuck you! It's so good.
I love that because you never know who's going to live or die.
But stop killing my favorite characters. They're the only ones.
Who was your favorite in those?
Spoiler alerts. Kendo, the guy who has the mallet, and he's the precision guy.
Yeah.
He's all about business. He's like, it's past my clock out. And then
he died this past season, didn't he?
Yeah, and then
dude, he was awesome.
The girl who uses the nails.
I don't think she's dead. I don't think she's dead.
They fucking crushed her head.
No, I don't think she's dead.
Well,
I swear, you watch one of those episodes after it happened. She's like twitching still or something. Like there's a chance she's still alive. Which one's this? Oshi no Ko.
Nobara is how you say it. I've never seen that one, so I don't know. She's dead, Sporking.
She's not dead. They watch
and
think she's dead. Well, thank you for watching, Deborah. And I get it. My computer died twice while we were streaming on this, so I get it.
and I'm glad Toto, the best friendo, best friendo, that guy.
Yeah.
I like tall girls with a nice ass, right?
Yes.
He's great. I'm glad
the dude who's like he only speaks in like was it rice, sushi or something like that?
Rice ingredients, rice ball ingredients.
Yeah. Okay, so Bride of Slender says Demon Slayer, fantastic. Jujutsu, I really enjoy. The time I got reincarnated, I just need a new season. Because I'm just waiting. Shield Hero, very good. Sad that I think the original voice actor died. So I'm a spider. So what? I didn't think I was gonna like that. It's great. She's great. I'm really hoping we get a season 2 where she now could be more human formed, humanoid. Yeah, that's a good one too. Solo Leveling is awesome.
So that also
Freaking
has Chris
awesome.
in the English dub, and that's actually Korean.
Is it? Okay. And he is
Yeah.
what voice actor? The main character or
I don't know which one he is in the dub because I was waiting for the dub to be completely finished before watching it.
okay. Okay.
I just know he's in it because they announced him on Twitter, and I was like, "Fuck yeah, I got to watch this now."
Yeah.
Yeah.
Musako Tenshi is good, very good. Little perverted guy, but he's growing. I think that's a very good anime for Isekai, one of the better ones. That's for me, I've watched that have ever been made. No, she can't be dead. I swear. I'm gonna get the episode.
Dude, she's dead. There's no way she's not
Aw.
dead. Like I am like fucking sad because she was my favorite or one of my
Yeah,
favorites.
I did say like newer seasons too, but Demon Slayer, yeah, 2020.
Well, the newest season of Demon Slayer that came
just
out
came
is
out.
kind of
Like
slow,
it
but
is.
Mitsuri was awesome. So
Yeah. That I really enjoyed. Her, what's her name? With the swords that kind of like are like whips almost.
that's the ones that are whips. Like the sword that is a whip is
Yeah.
Mitsuri.
Mitsuri, and then who's the kid who's like has no emotion in that same season? Good with names, dude.
Kenya, I think is his name. He's the Serpent Hashira, or not the Serpent Hashira, the Wind Hashira's younger brother, I think.
Oh, right. Okay.
I think
Bad Takes says, I know so little about anime. These have just been random words to me, similar to foreign language films. Shangri-La, I've really enjoyed. Jenga. Yeah, Kingdom of Ruin sucks so bad. We just talked. We don't even have to cover it. I enjoy just doing random. Like it's an older show, and I think it only has 2 seasons. And once again, I don't know what it is because it's like parallel worlds in a way. Restaurant to Another World. I enjoy that.
Oh yeah, I love that. I love that show. Yep. It's like it's just so nice to like watch relaxing. Them like watch Talk them about eat food and and I think Caitlin Glass is in that one too.
Yeah, just the way they. Oh, she the blonde demon?
No, she's not the demon. She is
the dragon.
No, she is one of the girls that comes in, and I think she eats like cutlets or something.
Yeah, she's the one that hired the demon to be her housemaid.
No.
Yeah, she eats cutlets. Her and the fried shrimp dude always argue. She's like a treasure hunter, right?
Did she hire to live in the house?
Yeah. Oh yeah. She works there. Like she takes care of her house and stuff, and 6 days a week. And on the 7th day, she works at Restaurant to Another World. She even brings cookies that she gets in a tin, and the girl's sister comes and wants to buy them. It's a good one. I also like The Weakest Beast Tamer, and then also Beast Tamer. The Aristocrat Otherworldly Adventures. I think Serving God, that's a decent one. I don't know why, but I like a playthrough of a certain dude's VR MMO life.
Dude, I haven't watched like almost all of these.
I watch a lot, dude. Berserker of Gluttony is a good one.
I have that on my watch list.
The Royal Tutor, I really enjoyed. That's another one that's kind of like a slow pace, like maybe it's slice. I don't know what slice of life actually is, but it's like this guy who's teaching 4 princes, even though they're like bigger brother is like maybe the crown prince, but these other 4 are preparing to be like, you could be king someday. So that's a good one.
But yeah, I haven't seen a lot of these because basically my life is I go to work,
Mhm.
I come home, game, make game videos.
What was that? What was that
Game.
game? Go game.
Game.
Oh, it sounded
Yeah,
like you said I come home and I'm gay.
Well, that's what I was going to say about you, but I ended up saying game.
I know.
But
Don't
no,
tell my wife. Don't tell my
I,
wife.
I come home and I game. I make videos about games, and then I go watch anime before I go to bed, and then I fall asleep watching anime. Then I have to go back like 4 episodes when I wake up.
Oh, another good one that I've liked. That's recent. I got a cheat skill in another world and became unrivaled in mine or something like that. That's a good one. Unrivaled in the real world. I really like that one.
I haven't watched either.
That's a good one. Put that one on your list. I really do. I think that's a good one. She professes herself pupil of the wise man. That's a good one. And the wise man's grandson is a good one. There's so many I've watched.
You know what I want to watch? I want to watch Cinderella 9.
Never even heard of it.
It's a baseball anime about girls playing baseball. I want to watch it.
Yeah. All right. All right. Have you ever watched Scarlet Nexus?
So I haven't finished watching Scarlet Nexus. It's one that I start and then I fall asleep.
Same.
But I have played about 6 hours into the video game.
Oh, is the game good?
Yeah, the game's a lot of fun. But that is definitely something I want to keep watching.
Yeah, I got
just because of how fun the game was, and like I would have kept playing it, but when I was playing it, like 4 games that I really wanted to play came out.
Yep.
And now I'm just like, I can't get off Unicorn Overlord. Like I'm just
okay.
I'm just getting off the Unicorn Overlord. It's like crack.
A couple others. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, sorry, I wasn't saying anything.
No, you were. You're important to me. I just was going to say you were just rambling about your game.
Yeah.
Okay. This is an anime channel. Thank you. No,
it's an anime game.
Yeah. Okay, but it's a game. 2 other shows that's come out recently. Am I Actually the Strongest is a good anime, and The Great Cleric is a good anime. Again, both isekai. There's also, I don't know how old. Oh, Reborn as a Vending Machine, and I Now Wander the Dungeon. I love that one. Show everybody.
It's so bad.
It's
but
so
Boxo,
good.
you gotta have Boxo.
Yeah,
he's the brave little toaster. All grown up.
I fell off a bridge and now I am emperor of the pizzas. Oh my God. I need to find that. That's one of those types I like.
That sounds like something. That sounds like something he just made up to be funny.
Love this one.
It is Grant.
Love this one. Campfire Cooking, pretty cool. Or there's another one, Chilling in My 30s after being fired from the Demon Lord's army. That's a good one.
Oh, I've seen that pop up a lot, and I just haven't watched it.
Okay, it's good. It's good. Cheat Skills is great.
Have you seen the case study of Vanitas?
Yes. I was just about to ask you that. I like it.
So my friend's obsessed with it.
It's good.
It's good. Mainly Noe.
Yeah.
And I watched it and I kind of like it, even though I hate vampires. You know, I think vampires are lame. And
that's so funny because I'm obsessed with vampires. I don't know why.
I'm more of a werewolf kind of dude.
And I like werewolves too. The only vampires I don't like, but yet I saw the movies, I'm not going to lie, was the Breaking Dawn one. What's that? The one where they're like porcelain with Cedric Diggory's in it as the main character. Shit. From
Twilight?
Harry Potter. Yeah, Twilight. That sucked. The only thing was good was the final battle, and spoilers, it was in their mind.
I haven't seen Twilight. I'm not.
Don't do it to
girl.
yourself. Yeah, exactly. I thought I was. No, Guy ReZero's good. I like that. It's a little older. Bungo Stray Dogs we talked about. That's good.
Oh yeah. So I have Gaza.
Now, oh, do you? Overlord's
Dazai.
awesome. Dazai's. Oh yeah, you showed me that.
Overlord's okay.
Now is this the same thing? Unicorn Overload looks great.
No. Unicorn Overlord is it's fantastic. It's an anime game. It's turn based. It's but no,
We're done with that.
this is from normal Overlord.
That's great. Some other ones I like. My unique skill makes me OP even at level 1. How a realist hero rebuilt the kingdom. That's
I like that one. I have
that's great.
I have season 1. I have Licia here.
Let me see. Yeah.
These are so much better than like Funko Pops because you can change the faces and everything.
Well, because there was another one and it was like I got sent to a kingdom and rebuilt it. Like it's almost the same premise, but the guy gets sent there.
No, it's rebuild is the one where he gets sent there.
Yeah,
I think the other
this one
is
he's actually a prince.
I have it on my watch list because I was going to see how different they are.
Yeah,
and like do like a comparison of it.
It threw me off at first because I thought they were the same thing, and I was like, "Wait a minute, they are not."
It's how the
Genius Prince Guide to Raising a Nation Out of Debt is.
Yeah. That's what it's called.
That's the one where it's not the Isekai, right?
I think so. So I need to watch that to see the difference, and then I was going to like do a video on the difference between it.
Hold on.
It's on my watch list, but it's not showing. Let's see. When Prince Ween accidentally ends up bettering the kingdom, his dreams of retirement and replacement work. So it says he's been there. He was already
that one's good.
There.
That one is the Prince one. Yeah, that one's Prince. Awesome. And I have not finished How a Realist Hero Rebuilt the Kingdom because I got that screwed up with the other one and thought I finished it. So now I am only at episode 7. So now I know when I'm downloading.
I have season 1, like a collector's edition of season 1 for Realistic Kingdom. And I have the first 4 omnibuses. So the first 8 mangas.
Oh, really? That's pretty dope. All right. So I know now I know what I'm going to add. This is great.
I'm not watching redo of the Healer, no matter what you say.
Which one?
Doing it. He said maybe redo of Healer. I'm not watching that. I'm not touching redo of Healer. One man show.
Maybe redo of Healer. Why? Wait a minute. Which one's that?
Basically, I
think I probably saw it, but I just got to make sure.
So it is the one that Star Wars girl really likes, and she did like a whole show with it on with Lethal. But it's pretty.
And that's the name, redo of Healer.
It's like he has to do. I don't even want to talk about it. Like he basically does bad things to gain more power. If I remember how the premise of the story works correctly, I'm not watching it.
Is that on Crunchyroll?
No, it's on High Dive.
Oh, maybe I don't know. I feel like I know that one. Redo of
downloading it's working. Oh my god. Yeah, it's pretty, like, if you think the first episode of Goblin Slayer is bad,
oh, that's rough.
Redo of Healer is way worse.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm trying to remember. I feel like I might have watched it, but now I don't remember. All right, I probably would have remembered if I watched it. Are you saying?
Yeah, you definitely would have remembered if you watched Redo of Healer.
I'm going to watch this quick trailer in my mind. So hold on one second.
Yeah.
Oh, man. I feel like I've watched it, but I don't think I did. Maybe I didn't finish it because it was a little freaky deaky, but.
Yeah, probably. Yeah. Have I dropped a grenade? You might have. Like, holy shit, you broke my brain. Like, I don't even want to talk about it. So
I'm gonna watch it because I don't know if I did.
Okay, dude. I
I'll give it a
refuse.
chance.
I refuse to go watch that and talk about it. So,
Well,
if you
we won't
want,
talk about it.
I'll take
for
a
it.
break from it.
Has anybody watched The Garden of Sinners?
Okay, hold on. Before Guardian of Sinner, I know
Okay.
redo. Do the manga or keep the volume down to watch. It's what A. Money Wilson says. All right, you said what is it called? Garden?
Yeah. Garden of Sinners.
Garden of Sinners.
Love
After-
Full Metal. All right, check that out for a second. Steins Gate, I've watched a couple episodes, and Black Lagoon, I just haven't gotten into that much. Go ahead.
Black Lagoon is fucking awesome.
I know. I've been
Remy.
meaning to, but I don't know why.
So it says Garden of Sinners is mature. And it says after lying in a coma for 2 years, I can't read her name because it's Japanese, awakens with amnesia. Inexplicably, she finds out that she's also attained the mystic eye of death perception. Okay, that actually sounds pretty cool.
Right?
In which she can see the invisible lines of mortality that holds every living and non-living thing together. This modern occult action thriller, Shiki, must tackle supernatural incidents while sharing or searching for a purpose of living. Okay, that sounds like it could be pretty
Kind of
cool.
sounds good, right?
I
kind of want to check that out.
Yeah, maybe. I'll add it to my watch list.
I feel like I did watch this redo of Healer, but I don't know.
I'm not watching it.
It does look a little freaky deaky, but there's reasons.
Garden of Sinner is solid for you from years ago. Okay, Monty Wilson.
Because doesn't he say like he doesn't want to, but he's like, all right, if I have to, does dirty things.
One man show. We actually already brought up Harem in a Labyrinth of Another World. We just haven't. We didn't really go into it. We just named it because I brought up harems.
The dog chick or whatever she is. But like it's hard to watch at work or something. We got Mr. Grant Gregory for $2 Australian bucks.
What was that?
He says, still you haven't watched Serial Experiment Leon. All right, let me see if I have that here somewhere.
I haven't heard of that.
I love this type of stream because we're just dorks like, oh, let me look that up.
Yeah, let's look this up. But yeah, I'm going to be redo of Healer is a revenge story. Yeah. And it's fucking ridiculous. Okay.
You know what? Don't be a judger. Okay.
Yeah, I'm going to judge. The funny thing is people will give me shit about Goblin Slayer, but they'll watch redo of Healer.
Dude,
those are the people I don't like.
Goblin Slayer first episode. Like I went to rewatch this series and I couldn't watch that first part again. And it's tough, but it's like that's what goblins would probably do. Like
it's not even as bad as it is in the manga.
Yeah.
In the anime, it's so censored compared to the manga.
Really?
But
yeah. Where can you see this one, Mr. Grant Gregory? Because I can't find it.
He probably made it up.
Oh, you son of a bitch.
Grant's been trolling us like half this time.
Yeah. Harem in the Labyrinth is I've watched some of it. I like the concept of the dude's powers and stuff. It's just, I don't know. Record of Lodos War?
I haven't seen that one.
I thought he was making fun of
no, that's probably
Walton.
Actually something. We could make fun of Walton. I like doing that. Who wouldn't want to make fun of
Walton? I found it. All right. Did I watch any of this? I started to. That's the anime that bothers me, but I will try.
I tend to stay away from animes that look like they have like all young kids. And I made an exception for Assassination Classroom.
Yeah. That's a
But
great
usually-
one, dude.
But usually, if they look like they're middle school or younger, I
See, that doesn't bother
watch
me.
them.
I don't think it's anything freaky deaky. I actually think some of the ones where they're like, I don't know what level they are because they say different things than we do in America, but yeah, they're usually like young, middle teenage years, and like just some of those are my favorite isekais and shows. Record of Grand Crest War. That's it. That was when I started a while back. Watched it. I think I watched the whole thing, but maybe I didn't. There's one where like a group of friends get sent to they get sent to a different world, but like some of them end up dying, but they're like it's something war, and it's like a group of them sticking together. One's like a mage, one is like an archer, one is like, you know what I mean, but they have to like make money and they're all living like in poverty, just going through the day-to-day of being being an adventurer. And yeah, I want to say it starts with a G, but I can't remember the name of it.
I don't
What's
know,
up,
but
Slender?
that kind of sounds like Rising of the Shield Hero because the Shield Hero is always trying to make money.
Yeah, this was different. Like they are definitely poor. It's like day to day to survive type stuff.
Mhm.
What's up, Slen?
Oh, I didn't have a whole lot to say, but the Bride of Slender is losing her freaking mind right
Okay,
now.
let's hear it.
Oh yeah, go.
Let's hear it. Why
What
is
you
she
got?
losing her mind?
What you got?
First of all, I haven't finished the something kingdom. The bollocks. What's the first
Oh,
one?
the Kingdom
How-
of Ruins.
Right? I haven't
Yeah.
finished that one. The last episode I watched, they had a massive battle at the witch tree. And
Yep. On the
he
moon.
murdered fucking everybody. And I was
Oh.
like, yes, murder them. Finally, somebody has balls. Do it. They
Yeah,
told
that's what
me
I'm
I've been
saying.
in cryo sleep for 10 years.
Yeah.
That's not a simp. That
Yes.
is
Thank you.
that is a child that was raised by this woman that loved her. That was the only person that ever gave him any attention. And they
Amen.
murdered her in cold blood in front of him. That is revenge. Now, what
Yes.
happens after that, I don't know, because I'm only so many episodes in. But
So
that
you
first
missed the
bit, I
plot
was
twist
like,
that
do
ruins
it.
the whole story.
I think he says things he doesn't understand. You don't know what you're talking about, sir. Okay, she knows what she's saying. You do not, sir.
She hasn't got to the
No,
part
okay,
that
that's
ruins
not
the
what I meant.
entire story.
I don't know
What?
who you
No,
are
no, no,
anymore.
no. I fully admit I haven't seen the entire story. I have seen up to the point where they burn down the tree.
Mhm.
Yeah,
And
she hasn't
there's-
got to the episode that makes the entire story stupid
Yeah,
and pointless.
It's not stupid.
And all I
It's
know of
stupid.
this anime is I walk in and I see some dude punching some girl in the face and telling her she's terrible in a pool
Yeah,
of
it's-
blood with a bunch of body parts in it. And I'm like, this
So
is not
good.
my kind of anime. And I went back and
I
started
mean,
watching
yeah.
one of my silly slice of lives again.
Yeah, you like the
That's
slice
my
of life, huh?
family. I was like,
Yeah, I like campfire cooking with my absurd skills.
So good. So
I
good.
like
it's awesome.
I mean, I like a little bit of other stuff, but yeah, I like Hokkaido girls are super adorable.
But
Mhm.
I also like
I like Kaguya-sama, Love is War.
like
What about
that.
Restaurant to
But I
Another
also-
World?
Yeah. Oh, I love
That's
Restaurant
so
to Another
good.
World. I
Yeah.
literally bought one of those things to put on top of a pan so you could steam potatoes.
The steamer. No lie. We're watching it and we're getting hungry because they're making tasty foods, and then
Yeah.
they start making potatoes, and then they
Yeah.
start making potatoes in the steamer, and I look over and I'm like, dude, and he's sitting there already on
I'm like,
Amazon.
I'm on Amazon right now. Got
I'm
it.
with you.
We'll be here tomorrow.
So good.
No lie,
So
we
good.
still use it, and it's awesome.
Why didn't you guys come on earlier? I'm just about to wrap it up. That would have been even better next week. Next week.
Yeah,
We're gonna
is this
start it-
regular
Or in like
Thursday?
3 weeks.
I didn't even know you had a Thursday show.
It happened twice now in the month, or a month and a week. I'm sorry. Stop it. What's up, Subhuman 84? Good to see you, man. Oh, Gantz is good. Yep. And he's reading Kingdom of Ruin. So
My condolences.
Oh,
think
does
that-
that how much farther does that go than the anime?
Yeah, that's good. Wow. Yeah. How far is he? anime going? Or the manga?
The manga.
It seems like the story's just getting better and better. I'm sorry, we do have to wrap it up. It's I got to get up for work in the morning. Hold your thoughts for next week, Bride of Slender, because I want to hear what you guys have to say.
One more thing.
Yeah, please.
Biggles, you're wrong about Mashal. Mashal is brilliant because it is
I
a
haven't seen it.
Okay.
It mocks Harry Potter. That's the whole point.
It's a parody.
It's a joke on Harry Potter.
Yeah, it's a parody. It's freaking brilliant.
Okay, so my friend told me it was supposed to be like Harry Potter, and it's not like Harry Potter. They did not tell me it was a parody.
Maybe he didn't catch it.
Yeah, it's a joke on Harry Potter.
It is. What did Miss Slender say? Why? She have one more?
Oh no, I was just saying you can't be mean if he hasn't seen it. You can't be mean. Like you can't be like
true.
you don't know, because if you haven't seen it, then you literally don't know.
That's true. That's true.
You know?
He speaks.
Don't
you
worry.
Speak the truth.
You can bully me about anything you want.
All right, guys, we're gonna wrap it up right now. Thank you to everyone for coming out. Thank you guys for jumping on, Mr. and Mrs. Slender. If you guys next week want to join us, please let me know. We'll have some fun. Subhuman says it's 8 volumes, so I can't wait for the next season. We'll figure out what we're going to talk about this week, guys. If you have any ideas when we end this stream, come back, please. If you're on YouTube, just refresh and comment what you would like us to talk about. Comments really help the algorithm right now. Thank you to Grant Gregory, also Stephen Walton, sharing out my link or my YouTube channel. Gained about 200 subs in the last 2 weeks. Fantastic. When it was like a year of no growth. So I appreciate everybody for doing that. Biggles, let them know where you're at.
So I am on YouTube at Biggles Mets, and Monday I'm talking about My Hero Academia. Every second Monday of the month, I will be talking anime on my channel. It's called the Biggles Breakdown, and I talk about anime. And the other Mondays, I sometimes talk about animes, or I talk about games, or just really whatever I want on that Monday. Sometimes I do a gaming stream, but the Biggles Breakdown is the show I do the second Monday of every month. I used to do it weekly, but I couldn't watch animes fast enough because how much I do it. So My Hero Academia, I'm doing Monday because the new season comes out next month, and I want to catch up and I want to talk about it. And right now on my rewatch, I'm at the end of season 2, which is my favorite season. So come watch me talk about My Hero Academia. And if you want to come on and talk about My Hero Academia with me, hit me up in my Twitter.
It's one of the best
DMs. Yeah.
One of the best. Real quick shout out to One Man Show over here on Amazon. I did drop the link. I will do a better job with that. Land of the Ravenous, book 1 of Man vs. Ravenous, paperback March 19th, 2024. It was released, guys. If you want to support independent content creators and authors and stuff like that, it would be awesome if you can support One Man Show. And once again, I will put a little better description and put this into the chat so you guys can support him. And I see you can get it for audio, right? It doesn't have to. Oh, geez. I'm showing.
Hey,
almost showed my wife's account there. That would have been bad.
Dun, dun, dun.
Dun, dun, dun. But guys, yeah, please take a look at it. One Man Show's like one of the. He just supports my channel no matter what I'm talking about, even if he's not into it. And he's been doing that for a very long time. So this is the least I can do for him. So there it is right there, guys. That first link you said didn't work.
No,
you were talking about something else. He's all
Mine
talking
did it.
about himself. So here you go, guys. Land of the Ravenous, book 1 of Man vs. Ravenous. Please support him if you guys can. Thank you so much. Slender, you got anything you want to plug while you're here?
I mean, I was only here for a little bit, so I'll keep it real short. You know where to find me. Friday nights, Ascendant Art Podcast, 9 p.m. Eastern. We do the usual chats, hangouts. Sometimes Culture's there, sometimes Brahma's there, sometimes Mad's there. That's fun. Good
and
time.
I've been invited. I have been invited.
Yeah,
I just haven't
you were
made
there
one.
once, if I
Oh,
remember
I did
correctly.
make one. I did.
Yeah.
Yes. Send me a link again. I may make it again. Thank you, everybody. We don't have a song yet or intro or exit for this one. So we're going to go out with, I want to see, Raging Rhino Crying.
That's nice.
It's real good. I'm sorry. I had to tell you. It is a
Fucking fact.
good night, everybody. Have a great night.
Oh my god! Oh my god! Fucking stupid! Ezra Miller's on the run. It's another day and it's another one. He's some serial groomer trash. Now, how can Warner Brothers sell the Flash? And I want